How many animals have we seen today?
So, dolphins in the morning, then we swam with turtles, and now we were just like feeding a bird. Those blue-feet birds, how are they called? Boobies. Gloomies? Boobies, yeah, of course.
Or it might be a tit.
A tit?
Yeah.
Of course. Thank you, Max.
Or a shag.
Or shag, yeah.
My name's Max, and for the last 3 years I've been sailing around the world with a group of friends. We started in the UK, and right now we're somewhere in the Pacific on our way to Mexico. On board we have Leila and Ladina from Switzerland, as well as Artur from Poland. It's always a gamble putting a group of people together for a passage like this, but luckily everyone was chilled and we all got along really well. The first half of the passage was straightforward, the wind was mostly light, the seas flat, and we saw a lot of wildlife. The second half wasn't so easy, and we quickly learned why sailors tend to stay away from the Central American wet season.
Yeah, so we're out here in the Pacific. There's not a lot of wind, but there is a lot of wildlife. I don't think I've ever seen so much like stuff on and around the boat. We woke up this morning and I mean the sea was totally flat, but there were dolphins swimming all around, so we jumped in and had a little swim with the dolphins. There's like fish all around, although we're not catching any, but you can tell there's just like a lot of life around, and stuff keeps on coming really close to the boat, which is quite cool.
Day number 3 was pretty slow. We made the most of what little wind there was, but in order to keep Elixir moving, we decided to run the engine for most of the day.
He just like in the funniest way possible. He was just like standing and he just like put his butt out and it went like and that's it.
On the solar panel?
Yeah. No, like it went away from the solar panel. He just like bloop and like overboard, but like really easily. It was a really beautiful day, honestly. First of all, it's my second day without smoking, and it's already been easier than yesterday. Like, yeah, I think it's going well. Like, it's way easier than I thought it would be. We saw so much wildlife. This morning I woke up and Max was getting ready to jump in the water because some dolphins were swimming around and we didn't have any wind, so we could go and swim with them. That was like a really beautiful moment. Then we swam with some turtles. We have a bird resting on the boat at the moment. Yeah, we saw like so much wildlife. It was a beautiful day.
We have been becalmed for the last 12 hours and motoring. But on the other side of the coin, we swam with dolphins. We saw endless numbers of turtles. We're hoping to catch some wind in the next maybe 6 to 12 hours. We're north from Papagayo, next to El Salvador right now. Yeah, it's been a calm and boring day, really.
What do you reckon we should call the bird on the solar panel?
Titi. I don't know. Booby? What's the name of those birds? Booby? Brian. Brian would be good.
Brian?
Actually, we've seen a lot of animals. We went swimming with dolphins and with turtles, and we have a new crewmate right there on the roof. I hope he stays for a while. He's super cute. And it's been very calm, actually. We haven't had a lot of wind. The sunset looks really nice again.
Yeah, maybe we sailed a bit too far away from land and now we're out of the effect of the land breezes. Today's been pretty slow. Like, it hasn't gone above 10 knots the whole day. In fact, most of the day the wind's just been like glass, which is nice, you know, it's peaceful, but you never go anywhere, which I think sometimes can be a bit frustrating. And also, like, running the engine all day isn't very nice. I think we've sailed like 60 miles in the last 24 hours, which really isn't a lot, and we've probably motored like 40 of them. There's not enough diesel to motor all the way to Mexico, so like, I guess we'll just have to hope that the wind picks up. I'm trying to decide what to name the bird that's just like sat on the solar panel. I think Barry. Everyone else is saying Brian, but I think Barry's a better name.
Barry the booby?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
And I wonder how long he's going to stay on. maybe all night, maybe all the way to Mexico.
We usually cook an evening meal at around sunset and begin 3-hour watches so that someone is always awake throughout the night. My watch was first. A few hours after sunset, I spotted something on the horizon and realized that our days of peaceful sailing in the Pacific were coming to an end. I don't really like the look of that cloud.
So you put the bird away?
I don't know.
The bird?
Yeah, you see it, it's right there.
Oh my god, do you want me to take it in?
Away.
Where are you gonna put it?
I don't know. In the bathroom? Oh my god, yeah, get here. Maybe not on the sheet side, like where the
Inside?
no, like where the main sheet. Oh my god, it's so stinky. Where is it?
Yeah, it's himself.
Oh, okay, here you go.
Yeah, so nice.
Hey Barry, how are you?
He broke his feet, I think.
Oh really?
Yeah, he fell down. He was on the roof still, and then he fell down and he got caught
Oh no.
basically in the engine.
Okay.
So I got him out.
Oh no, Barry.
That's crazy, honestly.
Squalls are mini storms that are common in the tropics. They usually bring wind, rain, and occasionally lightning too. This one brought all three, and it was probably one of the biggest squalls I've ever seen. I'm not gonna lie, it was a long sleepless night, and I can't think of much that scares me more than watching lightning striking the sea all around us. But Barry held on for the ride, and somehow having him in the cockpit too helped us stay positive through the whole night.
There were a school behind us that slowly catch up with us. So yeah, it became like pretty agitated. I don't know how to describe. I don't know those words in English. We ran from almost no wind to like a lot of it. So yeah, it was like pretty scary for me and Ladina. We like never had lived something like that before. Max and Arthur took over and we had to take the mainsail down, trim the head sail in order to make it smaller and catch less wind. Yeah, after a few hours we were out of it, but yeah, it was like pretty intense and pretty scary. A lot of lightnings. Voila. So we had that bird the whole day on the solar panel, and he just like stick around during all the storm. At some point he tried to get down and stuck his wing somewhere, I think on Steven, our outboard engine. And then he just spent the night there behind the little, what do you call it?
Spray head.
Spray head on my towel, and he all over it. And then this morning when the storm was gone, he just like fly away like, see ya. Have fun cleaning my mess. Yeah, not gonna miss him.
I had a great fun. It was full of adrenaline. The only concern were lightnings, thunders, and at some point I just got really cold. That was it. But overall it was fun, you know, to have this experience. What woke you up first?
Well, all night we saw a dark cloud coming towards us, but when they come from the sea, for some reason, which I don't know why, they're always more intense than when they come from the land. Like in Central America, every evening you see like thunder clouds roll down from the land, and normally, you know, like there's a few lightning strikes, but nothing serious happens. But when they come in from the sea, they're like super intense. They bring like strong gusting wind, and we saw this cloud coming. I spotted it at like during my watch, which was 6 till 9 p.m. and then all night it was getting closer and closer, and then I came out again at like 2 probably. The cloud was like right behind us, and then probably at about 3 the wind died, and then really quickly it filled in from the other direction, like gusting more than 30 knots, and you can tell because it goes like in the rigging. Furled up the head sail,
put 2 reefs in the main and then just took the main down completely. And we're still like flying along downwind, driving rain, lightning, sparking all around us. And it probably lasted for about an hour. It was quite an intense one. It's the first like big squall that we've had of this passage. Yeah, it was pretty tough actually, but the wind died off loads and now it's still blowing from the same direction, which is like perfect for us because it's just like downwind to Mexico. And yeah, hopefully, touch wood, that will be the only squall like that we'll see on this passage because it was quite an aggressive one. The wind died throughout the day and we quickly forgot about the terrors of the night before. We poled out the Genoa and made the most of the remnants of the squall. It's surreal how quickly the ocean can change from serenity to absolute chaos and then back again. But we made the most of the peace, took some time to rest and settled in for another night at sea. Day three of our trip to Mexico, and last night we had some intense squalls come through, or one intense squall, and now it's quite a nice evening. It's pretty calm. We're like goose swinging, just sailing downwind, and yeah, about 200 miles left to Mexico.
You can always wake me up if it feeds me biscuits. Never gonna get angry for that.
What's the wind like today?
Very mild, super calm sea, just chilling here, watching the dolphins. No, it's been like that all day, literally. It's been blowing super fast and like the boat is moving a lot. I think some crewmates are not quite liking it that much. I'm enjoying it.
How does it feel to be seasick?
It sucks, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
What does it feel like?
Like I'm gonna puke on you if you stay around. I don't know. I was feeling okay, but yeah, today it's like a bit rocky, and I tried to cook. And yeah, that wasn't a good idea at all. And now I just like can't get over it. I don't know. I feel like if I'm taking a nap, I will feel better. Finger crossed.
Again, we were mowed down by another squall. This one brought some stiff gusts and a few hours of torrential rain. We had no idea at the time, but this was actually the beginning of Hurricane Agatha, and this exact system developed into a hurricane which caused severe destruction in the state of Oaxaca, Mexico. It was tiring, constantly changing the sails, but at the same time we were grateful that the wind was blowing in the same direction that we were traveling, so we ran with it and made the most of the little shove towards Mexico.
Breeze just freshened a little bit. We are on the 3rd reef. Enjoying the fresh water.
Yeah, for some reason it just got really windy. It's dropped off a little bit now, but earlier it was like, I mean, we don't have a wind speed indicator on board, but it was gusting like definitely over 30 knots because it was going like whoosh in the rigging, and yeah, that's how you sort of know it's there. I reckon maybe it's around 35, I don't know. But it was just super random, it just started gusting, like, and it kind of took me a bit off guard because this whole time we've been sailing around in Central America, there's just been like almost no wind the whole time. We haven't had to reef the sail at all, whereas like now we've completely taken down the main and we're just like running downwind with like a little bit of head sail out. So it's super bizarre, but at least it's blowing in the right direction. We were getting pretty close to Mexico. We had less than 24 hours to go, and although the wind had dropped, there was still a bit of an uncomfortable sea left over. We were excited to make landfall in a new country. There had been a lot of highs and lows on this passage, and it felt like we had been through a lot. But we weren't in Mexico yet, and before we could finally relax, we still had a few more obstacles to overcome.
Get it? Yay! Oh my god, don't come to me! Hello!
The rudder is attached to the bottle.
The bottle is attached to something.
What's happening, Max?
We've caught some fishing equipment on Elixir's keel or propeller, I'm not sure yet, but we're about to find out.
Max is doing Swiss things.
Yeah, so finally we got the English to do BDSM as well.
We are really proud, Max.
How is he doing?
He's a bit rough, honestly. He's missing some tenderness. Why there's a hook?
Good job, guys.
The fishing line was stuck on the rudder. The rudder is like attached. You know, there is that hole with that little space in between. So every time, like, you had to bring it all the way down the rudder in order to get it out. And every time I would like come back at the surface to breathe, the tension would just like bring it back up. So yeah, it was pretty hard, so we just had to cut it.
The next morning, we saw the mountains of Chiapas emerge from the clouds. It was a relief to see Mexico. It had been a tough passage.
Chiapas Marina, Velero, Elixir. Chiapas Marina, Velero, Elixir, over.
6 days.
2 fish.
Finally made it to Mexico.
Yes, and a lot of thunderstorms.
A lot of storms.
How do you like it here so far?
It's quite big waves, I've noticed.
Yeah.
Like, they're smashing all over the place.
Marina Chiapas, Velero, Elixir. Buenas tardes. Estamos 4 personas. Llegamos de Costa Rica. Queremos entrar y hacer iguanas.
Max, what do you think? We're gonna do some surfing here tomorrow?
Yeah, right. Looks like a proper surfing spot.
My plan was to keep Elixir in Chiapas for the remainder of the hurricane season. We had got lucky coming up from Costa Rica. It was scary, but we'd made it, and I didn't want to take any more chances. It was my first time in Mexico, and after our encounter with the young Hurricane Agatha, the thought of some inland travel was very appealing. Thanks for watching another update from Elixir's voyage around the world. It would be great if you could like the video and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. We also have a Patreon with some exclusive Elixir content, and your subscription would really help with the production and posting of these videos. In the next video, we take off inland and explore Mexico for a few weeks. It's pretty eventful. You're not going to believe what happens to me. And yeah, thanks again for watching.